The room was silent, save for the soft hum of advanced computer systems and the rhythmic tapping of fingers on holographic screens. Admiral Elena Rodriguez stood motionless, her dark eyes fixed on the massive holographic display showing the intricate blueprint of humanity's most closely guarded secret. Deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, in a facility that didn't officially exist, the most ambitious spacecraft project in human history was taking shape. The walls were lined with adaptive nanomaterial panels that could shift and change at a molecular level, making the entire structure virtually undetectable to any known scanning technology. Rodriguez remembered the meetings that led to this moment. Years of being dismissed by galactic diplomats, treated like children among ancient spacefaring civilizations. They had underestimated humanity, and that would be their greatest mistake. The Prometheus wasn't just a warship. It was a technological marvel that represented the culmination of humanity's most brilliant minds, working in absolute secrecy. Dr. James Chen, the lead quantum engineer, approached Rodriguez with a data pad showing the latest quantum stealth test results. The numbers were beyond impressive. They were revolutionary. The adaptive camouflage system is now 99.9998% effective, Chen said, his voice measured but filled with subtle excitement. We can literally make the entire ship disappear from any known scanning method. Rodriguez nodded, her military training keeping her emotions in check. The ship could become invisible not just visually, but across electromagnetic, gravitational, and quantum spectrums. No alien civilization had ever developed technology this advanced. The manufacturing process had been equally complex. Components were created in multiple secret locations around the globe, then assembled by robotic systems that left no human trace. Each part was designed to integrate seamlessly, with redundancy systems that would make the ship almost impossible to disable. Underneath the main hull, advanced plasma cannons were carefully integrated, designed to deliver devastating damage while consuming minimal energy. The power systems used a revolutionary cold fusion technology that humanity had kept completely secret. Unlike other galactic civilizations that relied on dated fusion or primitive antimatter reactors, this system could potentially power entire cities with a fraction of the resources. The ship's AI system, nicknamed ARIA, Advanced Responsive Intelligence, algorithm, was perhaps the most impressive component. Developed through quantum computing and advanced neural network designs, ARIA could process combat scenarios faster than any known artificial intelligence in the galaxy. Outside the facility, the world continued its normal routine. Politicians argued. People went about their daily lives completely unaware that humanity was about to change the galactic balance of power forever. Rodriguez walked around the holographic display, her fingers tracing the ship's outline. Every curve, every system had been meticulously designed. The Prometheus wasn't just a weapon, it was a statement, a declaration that humanity would no longer be overlooked or underestimated. The team working on the project represented the best of human potential. Scientists from every continent, backgrounds as diverse as the planet itself, united by a single vision. They had learned from humanity's past conflicts, designing a ship that could defend without unnecessary destruction. Dr. Elena Petrov, the weapons systems expert, approached with her latest calculations. The quantum shield can absorb and redistribute energy from any known weapon in the galactic database, she explained. We've essentially created a defensive system that turns enemy attacks into additional power. Rodriguez listened carefully, her mind already thinking several moves ahead. The Prometheus wasn't just about military superiority, it was about sending a message. A message that humans were no longer the naive newcomers to galactic politics. As night fell outside the mountain facility, the ship continued to take shape. Robotic arms moved with precision, assembling components that represented decades of war, research, and billions of dollars in investment. No government had funded this project. It was a collective effort of private corporations, brilliant individual researchers, and a global network committed to proving humanity's potential. The Prometheus was more than a warship, it was hope, it was potential. It was humanity's quiet promise to the universe that they were ready to take their place among the stars. And no one, not a single alien civilization, had any idea what was coming. The first reports came in quietly, almost like a whisper. A series of small planetary outposts had gone dark near the Orion Arm's outer regions. Typically, such incidents would be dismissed as minor communication failures, but something felt different this time. Admiral Rodriguez studied the holographic displays, her fingers moving across the screens, analyzing the fragmented data. The pattern was unmistakable: systematic attacks targeting isolated colonies with surgical precision. The Zarkon were making their move. The Galactic Council's communication channels buzzed with growing tension. Representatives from various alien civilizations transmitted encrypted messages, their diplomatic language carefully masking their growing fear. The Zarkon had always been aggressive, but this was different. This was a calculated invasion strategy. Commander Michael Thompson sat in the observation room, tracking the developing situation. His team had been monitoring global communication networks, collecting every scrap of information about the potential conflict. The Zarkon were known for their brutal military tactics, massive battleships that could obliterate entire planetary settlements in minutes. On the holographic display, a three-dimensional representation showed the expanding Zarkon fleet. Massive, ships with sharp predatory designs moved in coordinated formations. Each vessel carried enough firepower to destroy multiple planetary defenses simultaneously. The alien civilization had a reputation for conquering rather than negotiating. They viewed other species as potential resources, planets as territories to be claimed. Their technological advancement was impressive, but their moral compass was virtually non-existent. Dr. Chen entered the room, his face pale but determined. "We've tracked their movement patterns," he reported. "They're not just randomly attacking. There's a strategic logic to their invasion route." Rodriguez listened intently. The Galactic Council was paralyzed by bureaucratic procedures, long established. Diplomatic protocols meant that by the time they could agree on a response, entire planetary systems would be destroyed. The communication system suddenly crackled with an urgent transmission. A small colony in the Epsilon sector was under direct attack. Thousands of civilian lives were at immediate risk. The Galactic Council representatives argued endlessly about intervention protocols, their discussions becoming increasingly heated and ultimately meaningless. "We can't wait," Thompson muttered, watching the live feed of the developing disaster. Civilian ships tried desperately to evacuate, their small engines no match for the massive Zarkon warships. Rodriguez made her decision. The Prometheus was ready, and humanity would not stand by while an innocent colony was annihilated. She understood that this moment would define humanity's relationship with the galactic community forever. "Prepare launch sequence," she commanded, her voice steady and calm. The underground facility buzzed with controlled energy. Technicians moved with practiced efficiency, running final system checks on the most advanced warship ever constructed. Area, the ship's AI, began calculating potential engagement scenarios at quantum speeds. Outside the mountain facility, the world continued its routine. People walked streets, went to work, completely unaware that humanity was about to change. Galactic history. No diplomatic meetings, no grand announcements, just quiet, calculated action. The Zarkon fleet continued its systematic destruction, believing themselves untouchable. Their massive battleships moved like predators, consuming smaller planetary defenses with terrifying efficiency. Each conquered world was another trophy, another demonstration of their military superiority. They did not know that humanity was watching. They did not know that the Prometheus was preparing to launch. Rodriguez reviewed the final mission parameters. This wasn't just about defending a colony. This was about sending a message to the entire galaxy. Humanity might have been viewed as a young, inexperienced species, but they were about to prove how wrong that perception was. "Launch sequence initiated," Aria's calm voice announced. The mountain facility's massive doors began to open, revealing a technological marvel that had been hidden from the galaxy for years. The Prometheus would soon emerge, a silent guardian ready to challenge an apparently invincible enemy. No one in the Galactic Council was prepared for what was coming. No one understood the technological leap humanity had secretly achieved. And, most importantly, no one expected humans to be the ones who would change everything. The Prometheus hummed with potential energy, waiting to be unleashed. The colony's distress signals echoed through the cold darkness of space. Burning wreckage and scattered debris marked the Zarkon's brutal path of destruction. Hundreds of civilian ships tried desperately to escape, their small engines struggling against the massive alien warships. Suddenly, something changed. The Prometheus materialized without warning, its quantum stealth systems creating an impossible appearance. One moment empty space, the next a sleek, dark vessel that seemed to absorb light around it. The Zarkon fleet's scanning systems went completely blank, unable to detect the incoming threat. Admiral Rodriguez sat in the command chair, her hands steady on the tactical controls. "Aria, target primary command vessels," she ordered. The ship's AI responded instantly. Quantum-enhanced plasma cannons charged with impossible speed, precision algorithms calculating attack vectors faster than any biological mind could comprehend. The first Zarkon battleship exploded in complete silence. No warning, no buildup, just instantaneous destruction. Advanced shield generators collapsed like paper, defensive systems overwhelmed by technologies they couldn't even understand. Commander Thompson watched the holographic displays, his breath caught in his throat. The Prometheus moved like a living creature, anticipating enemy movements before they could be executed. Each shot was calculated, each maneuver precise. Within minutes, half the Zarkon fleet had been eliminated. The remaining ships attempted to retreat, but the human vessel blocked their escape routes with impossible speed and coordination. Aria's tactical systems predicted and countered every potential movement. The surviving Zarkon commanders couldn't comprehend what was happening. Their most advanced battleships, which had conquered dozens of planetary systems, were being systematically eliminated by a single vessel that seemed to appear and disappear at will. One surviving Zarkon communication officer transmitted a desperate message. "Unknown vessel, identify yourself." Rodriguez allowed herself a small smile. "This is humanity," she responded simply. The colony's survivors watched in stunned silence. Rescue ships that moments ago were preparing for certain destruction now found themselves witnessing a technological miracle. Small human and alien civilian vessels watched as the Prometheus danced through the battlefield, untouchable and devastating. Aria's voice remained calm. Primary invasion force neutralized, minimal collateral damage detected. Initiating rescue and recovery protocols. The ship's advanced tractor beam systems began carefully collecting escape pods and damaged civilian vessels, demonstrating a level of precision and care that contrasted sharply with the Zarkon's brutal approach. Within 30 minutes, what had seemed like certain planetary annihilation transformed into a complete rescue operation. The Zarkon fleet, once considered invincible, was reduced to floating debris. Dr. Chen monitored the technical readouts. The Prometheus had used less than 3% of its total energy capacity during the entire engagement. The quantum stealth systems had performed perfectly, leaving no technological traces that could be reverse-engineered. As the last rescue operations completed, Rodriguez knew this was more than just a military victory. This was a statement about humanity's potential, a demonstration that they were no longer a species to be overlooked. The communication channels across the galaxy would soon be buzzing. The Galactic Council would be demanding explanations. Alien civilizations would be analyzing every fragment of data they could collect. But humanity had ensured they would find nothing. The Prometheus began its silent return journey, leaving behind only rescued survivors and the scattered remains of what was once considered an unbeatable invasion force. No dramatic speeches, no grand declarations. Just quiet, calculated effectiveness. Commander Thompson looked at Rodriguez. "They won't understand what just happened," he said. "No," she replied. "And that's exactly the point. As the ship's quantum drive engaged, preparing to return to its hidden mountain facility, the universe had just witnessed something unprecedented. Humanity had arrived on the galactic stage, not with a loud announcement, but with a silent, devastating demonstration of technological superiority. The Zarkon would never be the same, and neither would the galaxy's perception of humans. The Galactic Council chamber fell silent when Admiral Elena Rodriguez walked through its massive doors. Representatives from dozens of alien civilizations stared, a mixture of shock, anger, and reluctant respect etched across their varied facial features. A holographic display showed the complete destruction of the Zarkon invasion fleet. Every technical detail was laid bare, how a single human vessel had eliminated a force considered invincible by galactic standards. The Zorn representative, a tall crystalline being, spoke first. Its voice vibrated with controlled anger. "Explain your unauthorized military intervention," it demanded. Rodriguez stood calm, her military uniform crisp and immaculate. Behind her, Dr. James Chen held a data pad containing technical specifications that would revolutionize galactic understanding of human capabilities. "We protected a civilian colony," she responded simply. "The Galactic Council's diplomatic procedures would have resulted in total planetary destruction." The Mechanical Collective's representative, a sentient robotic entity, analyzed the combat logs. Its quantum processors processed the battle data in microseconds. "Technological capabilities exceed current galactic projections by 427%, it announced. Mechanically, whispers erupted across the chamber. Some alien representatives looked terrified. Others seemed grudgingly impressed. Humanity had just demonstrated a level of technological advancement that nobody had anticipated. Dr. Chen stepped forward, activating the holographic display. Complex quantum algorithms and revolutionary design schematics appeared, showing how the Prometheus had achieved its impossible performance. Each technical detail was meticulously explained, leaving no room for doubt about humanity's scientific capabilities. The Aquarian delegation, known for their advanced mathematical understanding, began rapidly calculating the technological implications. Their translucent skin shifted colors as they processed the information, a sign of deep intellectual excitement. "You've been developing this technology in secret," the Galactic Council's primary moderator stated. "It wasn't a question, but an observation," Rodriguez nodded. "We observed, we prepared, we waited for the right moment." The diplomatic tension was palpable. Humanity had just changed the entire galactic power dynamic with a single military engagement. No negotiations, no prior discussions, just pure calculated action. The Zarkon's remaining diplomatic representatives sat in stunned silence. Their entire military reputation had been systematically dismantled by a species they had previously considered insignificant. "We demand complete technical disclosure," the Zorn representative insisted. "Denied," Rodriguez responded immediately. "Selective. Information will be shared based on diplomatic cooperation." The chamber erupted in heated discussions. Some alien civilizations demanded immediate technical exchanges. Others proposed immediate sanctions against humanity. A few seemed genuinely interested in potential technological collaboration. Dr. Chen quietly explained the Prometheus's quantum stealth technology, revealing just enough to demonstrate human capabilities without exposing critical design secrets. Each technical detail was a carefully crafted message. Humanity was technologically advanced, strategically brilliant, and not to be underestimated. The Mechanical Collective's representative made a surprising statement. "Humanity demonstrates optimal strategic and technological evolution," it announced. "Potential valuable galactic partner detected." Rodriguez allowed herself a small, controlled smile. This was exactly the response they had anticipated. The Galactic Council would be forced to recognize humanity not as a young, developing species, but as a potential major technological power. The days of being treated as galactic newcomers were over. "We propose new diplomatic frameworks," Rodriguez stated, "based on mutual respect and technological exchange." The chamber fell silent again. Every representative understood the implications. Humanity had just rewritten the rules of galactic interaction with a single, calculated military intervention. As the diplomatic discussions continued, one thing became clear. Nothing would be the same again. The galaxy had just witnessed the unexpected rise of a species that had been quietly preparing, waiting for the perfect moment to demonstrate its true potential. The Prometheus had done more than destroy an invasion fleet. It had announced humanity's arrival on the galactic stage, and nobody would ever look at humans the same way again. 6 months after the Zarkon incident, the galaxy looked different. Humanity had become a central figure in galactic diplomacy, no longer viewed as a minor species but as a strategic powerhouse. Admiral Rodriguez stood on the observation deck of the Galactic Diplomatic Station, watching shuttles from various alien civilizations arrive. The station itself was a testament to the new order. Designed with human technological insights, it represented collaborative potential. Dr. Chen worked closely with alien scientific delegations, sharing selected technological advancements that demonstrated human innovation without revealing critical secrets. The Mechanical Collective and Aquarian researchers were particularly fascinated by human quantum computing techniques. The Zarkon, once considered unconquerable, had been significantly reduced. Their remaining territories were now subject to strict galactic monitoring, with human intelligence networks playing a crucial role in maintaining peace. Diplomatic protocols had changed dramatically. Where previously alien civilizations would ignore human representatives, now they sought meetings and collaborative opportunities. The Prometheus had become a symbol of humanity's unexpected potential. Commander Thompson managed the expanding human diplomatic and intelligence networks. Strategic alliances were formed, not through traditional military might but through technological exchange and calculated diplomatic maneuvers. Area, the advanced AI system, played a critical role in these interactions. Its ability to process complex diplomatic scenarios and predict potential conflict outcomes made it an invaluable tool in maintaining galactic stability. The Zorn delegation, which had initially been most hostile, now requested regular technical consultations. Their leaders recognized that collaboration with humans offered more advantages than confrontation. Planetary defense systems across multiple civilizations began incorporating human-designed technologies. Quantum stealth techniques, advanced energy redistribution systems, and adaptive material technologies became standard in cutting-edge military designs. Rodriguez understood that this wasn't just about military superiority. It was about establishing a new paradigm of galactic interaction. Humanity would lead through innovation, strategic thinking, and a commitment to preventing unnecessary conflicts. The economic implications were profound. Human research institutions and technology corporations became key players in galactic trade. Advanced quantum communication systems, developed by human engineers, revolutionized interstellar information exchange. Smaller planetary systems that had previously been vulnerable to invasions now sought human technological protection. The Prometheus had demonstrated that humanity was willing to intervene when diplomatic channels failed to protect innocent populations. Dr. Petrov's weapons research team continued developing defensive technologies that emphasized protection over destruction. Their designs focused on neutralizing threats with minimal collateral damage, an approach that contrasted sharply with previous galactic military doctrines. The Aquarian mathematicians discovered that human technological approaches often solved problems through elegant, unexpected solutions. Collaborative research projects began exploring quantum computing, adaptive material sciences, and advanced energy management. Galactic educational institutions started developing curriculums that included human technological and strategic thinking. Young aliens studied how a previously overlooked species had transformed galactic dynamics through intelligent preparation and calculated action. The Mechanical Collective began incorporating human-inspired adaptive learning algorithms into their core systems. They recognized that human approach to artificial intelligence represented a significant evolutionary leap in technological understanding. Rodriguez knew this was just the beginning. The Prometheus represented more than a technological achievement. It symbolized humanity's potential to adapt, innovate, and lead through intelligence rather than pure military force. Diplomatic reports indicated that human influence would continue, expanding, not through conquest but through technological innovation and strategic collaboration. Each alien civilization now viewed humans with a mixture of respect, caution, and genuine curiosity. The communication channels that once dismissed, humanity now sought their insights. Small planetary systems that had felt vulnerable now saw humans as potential protectors and technological partners. As the Galactic Diplomatic Station continued its complex dance of interstellar negotiations, one thing became clear. Humanity had arrived. No longer would they be overlooked or underestimated. The Prometheus had changed everything. And this was just the beginning of humanity's journey among the stars.